You never negotiate your value. What's going on, everybody? This your man Lucky. I'm back with another one. I hope everybody's doing good. Listen, one thing you never do when you dealing with somebody is you never negotiate your value. Let me explain something to you though about value. Your value, the value that you put on yourself, might not be what that other person sees as valuable. You have to understand that. You cannot push yourself and what your perceived value onto somebody else. That's not how this works. There's so many people out there talking about they coming to the table with this and they bringing this and they bringing that. It's a lot of people out there that's doing that, talking about, and I ain't gonna name no names who be doing it, but it's on both sides. Men do it, women do it. Your value is for you. You cannot push what your perceived value is onto somebody else. You cannot. That's just what it is. Everybody is looking for something out of a relationship. People aren't just getting into relationships just for the heck of it. It's like push and pull. It's like give and take. I have something to offer. You have something to offer. Okay, cool. We get together and we rock like that. You cannot make somebody value what you have to bring to the table. You can't do it. So if they don't value what you have to bring to the table, then remove yourself from the table. It's that simple. You never try to negotiate your value, because if they just don't see it, they just don't see it. You may be offering things that they don't want. It's very simple. And you just have to understand that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with it. You just have to understand. Another thing you have to understand is that over time, people's value is going to change. What people need out of a relationship is going to change, simply because people themselves change. We all change. You're not the same person you were 5 years ago. And 5 years ago, you weren't the same person that you were 10 years ago. And if you are, then that's a problem. You're not growing. As you get older and you experience new things, you're supposed to grow. So listen, never negotiate your value. If what you have to offer is not what they need, you can't force it. I don't care how long y'all been together. It doesn't matter. I don't care what your situation is. It doesn't matter what your status is. You can be long-term relationship. You can be married with kids. It doesn't matter. Once they no longer value what you have to offer, you got to get yourself out of that situation, period. See, listen, if they don't respect your value, let them feel your absence. It's that simple. If they have no need for what you bring to the table, then let them feel your absence. That's all you got to do. See, let me tell you, a lot of times what happens is people take for granted the things that they have that are just already there at will. Listen, I have electricity. I done been through a couple blackouts. When that electricity is gone, you begin to realize how important electricity is. You get what I'm saying? Let them feel your absence. That's the only thing you can do. Listen, you cannot sit in a situation and try to make them feel how important you are. It's not going to happen. Remove yourself from the situation. Never negotiate your value. Your value is think about it like this. Let's say you got a leak in your house. Under the sink is leaking. You don't have no tools. You don't know what's going on. You pick up the phone and you call somebody and say, hey, I got a leak under my sink. They show up and they're like, oh, hey, yeah, what you got going on? They look under the sink and they say, yeah, I see you have a leak. However, I'm an electrician. And you're like, oh, okay, well, can you fix my leak? No, I can't fix your leak. I'm an electrician. I do electrical work. Somebody showed up. Somebody is there. They have value as an electrician. They're valuable as an electrician. However, you have no value for them because you don't need any electrical work done. You need plumbing work done, okay? You got to get rid of that electrician and get a plumber in there. That's all it is. You think an electrician is going to sit there? Listen, you show up on a job, you're an electrician, and you show up on a job and they got water leaking from all over the place. You going to sit there and try to explain to this person how valuable you are as an electrician and what you can do as an electrician and how to run, this wire here, and you can run a service from this spot, and then you can do all that kind of stuff. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make sense. Your value means nothing to them in that situation. Get up out that situation. Let them find the person who they are going to value for that particular situation. That's it. End of story. A lot of times we be so attached to the outcome, what we thought that relationship was going to be. We thought it was going to be forever, to the end of time, forever do we part, or however that go, and you so stuck on that that you're gonna try to negotiate your value with somebody just so that you can still be together forever to the end of time. Nah, listen, man. You never negotiate your value. Never If they don't see your value, remove yourself from the situation and let that be that. At some point in time, if that's the person for you, when they realize that, and by the time they realize it, it's probably going to be too late. It's always like that. It's always like that. That's how it is once you remove yourself. But you got to remove yourself. It's never going to change. Nothing is ever going to come out of a situation that you remain in and you negotiate your value. You negotiate your worth. You negotiate your standards. You negotiate who you are. You negotiate your boundaries. Man, let me tell you something. Do you know that you negotiate your boundaries when you negotiate your value? You start accepting things that you normally would not accept simply because you still want to be in the presence of that person. That person don't want you, but you want them. Man, listen, never, ever, ever negotiate your value. It's one of the worst things you can do to yourself. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good.